Hey folks, how's it going? I'm Josh, and today we're checking out the Ricky Gervais Show. This is season 3, episode 7. Guys, please leave your comments below. All our videos based off your comments. If you are subscribed, we check those out first. We also have a Patreon. If you can afford to donate to it, that is all good. Just continue to like, share, subscribe, and comment below. That's all I can ask for, guys, and I appreciate it. So let's jump into this episode of the show. What am I doing? There we go.
So, Carl, Law and Order.
Not that interested in it, to be honest.
What do you mean?
I've got no interest in Law and Order whatsoever. It's not part of my life.
Yes,
That's the problem. You keep picking topics that don't buzz me.
Of course they do.
They don't.
Well, let's
Not
talk about this.
interested.
Let's talk about this.
You're a man quite obsessed with Law and Order. Law and Order is basically to protect the innocent, isn't it? When someone wrongs us, we want justice. It's fundamental. And you do. You were sitting in your old flat in London, phoning me every day that you wanted to go downstairs and smack their heads in for being late and shouting around and being drunk, and you could hear it. You wanted some justice.
Yeah, but nothing would have happened if I'd have called someone up and said there's people doing noise pollution.
But you are concerned with Law and Order.
No,
you
but there's
wanted
no
your
point.
rights, and you
Right,
ended up
quiet.
moving.
Yeah,
So
but I shouldn't have to move because of some noisy people.
no, you shouldn't. But I'm saying you were
No one
stressed,
cares, though.
and you wanted justice, but you thought you couldn't get justice, so you moved away.
Yeah, so
which
I
is,
dealt with it in my way.
yeah,
I
right.
hated them.
Right.
Because they didn't care about anyone else.
Exactly.
But the police wouldn't get involved. There's other people who live around there who had to put up with it. No one cared.
So what did it feel like every night when you were trying to watch telly, and it's hot and you got the window open, or?
No, you could just hear stuff, and you know, it's that thing of you get a lot of tourists in London, so they're talking. It's not even as if you can listen in to what they're saying and have a view on their opinion because they're foreign.
Would
so you
that be
can't.
entertaining for you?
Well, yeah, because if you can hear what people are saying, you go, oh, yeah, that's a good
Switch the
point.
telly off. That's
Oh,
a
you
good
know,
point.
there's some sort of.
hear anyone talking.
But isn't it your own fault for living in central London?
Well, not really, because it wasn't always like that. I'd been there years, and then all of a sudden, you know, good fellas turn up. They sat down there making a racket. What can you say to them? You call down, they can't hear the phone ringing. But it's louder, I think it is louder abroad than it is here. Whenever I go away on holiday, I always notice that it's always a couple of decibels higher.
Really?
Always. Like the sound of bird noises and that are louder abroad. Because they're trying to get a nut above the noise of the noisy people.
No, that's not true.
They are. When I was in, where was I? Menorca or something. It was like lying there. If it wasn't a noisy local, it was the people in the villa next door. If it's not them, they suddenly collected the bottles from the bottle bank. That's a nice noise when you're just relaxing. The bottle bank. Pop that there where the villa is. So that was a racket. There was always there's just so much noise.
Animals, creatures.
You can't escape. It's the one thing you can't escape. Noise. Your ears never turn off.
No.
They're always there.
But I've told you before, wear earplugs if you have to.
I don't like
But he
it.
doesn't like. He says he can hear the
heartbeat.
sound of his own art.
Yeah, I remember
Well,
you
there's
said
always
that.
a sound. Like your eyes, you can close them. My eyes close all the time, and if I don't
Blinking,
like
it's
the
called
look of
blinking.
something,
Yeah.
no, but if
Yeah.
I don't like the look of something, they close before even I've thought about if I want to see it or not. They're ahead.
What do you mean exactly?
I just mean if I see something on the telly or like one of those casualty programs or something,
Yeah.
it's like my eyes know that I'm not going to like the look of it.
But no.
So they
you're-
close
no.
quicker. My ears, they seem to be interested in everything. Even though I'm not.
What I mean is, you can't close your ears.
Yeah,
you
that's
can't.
what I'm saying.
Exactly. Yeah. You can't. You can never.
So that's
no,
why
I like the idea that your eyes are closing when you. Oh, I was watching that.
Yeah,
what are you doing,
have your eyes? Have your eyes ever closed something that you're going?
No, they normally get it right.
Your eyes aren't making any decisions. You're making decisions. You turn away because you don't like seeing something. You don't turn away, and then you're going, "What was that?" And your eyes going, "You don't want to know. You do not know what you don't want to know."
I'm just
Carl."
saying anyway.
Lovely pair of tits here. Oh, I can't believe it.
I just mean noise pollution. It's the one thing you can't escape.
But the thing about Law and Order is, you don't have to take it. You can combat being wronged. It's not just punishment or retribution. It's justice. You want to know that you're valued.
You know, this is a big issue, isn't it, Rick? Is one life more important than another? If you've transgressed in a terrible way, you've murdered or raped, whatever, and I say I'm going to put you to death.
Well, this is an interesting argument, isn't it? Whether capital punishment. I don't agree with execution.
Carl, where do you stand on the tricky issue of capital punishment? You've given it some serious thought, I imagine.
So what, you asking me, like, should he be on death row?
Well, should someone flip the switch, send him to his death in the electric chair?
Yeah.
That's the least considered.
Yeah.
I mean, I saw a little bit of flicker behind the eyes. I don't know what. Well, just take us through the mental process that you arrived at the yes with there. So I remember that because there was quite a brief gap there.
I just was thinking, it's not a nice job if you work in there and you've got to flick the switch.
Right.
But I was wondering if it's possible to just do it so it's linked up to someone's switch.
What do you mean?
When they put the lights on or something. So it's like sometime tonight when the sun goes down and people start putting the lights on in their house, it could happen. But we don't know what household. They might be away on holiday, so you might get an extra 2 weeks. But at least that way, because for me...
But my point is, you do agree that someone should be put to death for a terrible crime, do you?
You've got to have something there to stop them people who don't care, haven't you? Nature's done it in a way with bees. They've gone, we'll give you a weapon, but if you use it, you die. And that's like the bee. Well, so they're worried they're going to go, I'm not going to do it.
We do, weren't we? We have people saying, one, you can't do that. That's step one. Here's the law. Don't do it.
But there's a lot of people who go, I'm not bothered about the law.
Yeah.
I'm not bothered about annoying people.
Yeah, that's true.
So for them, at the end of the scale, you've got the chair and you stick the wires on their head and we'll fry your head. And they go, oh God, I don't want that.
I think a lot of those crimes, the deterrent isn't relevant. You know, things like armed robbery, maybe, where it's a risk. What can I get versus what my crime? Maybe then it might be a deterrent. But then, of course, if you start to get a capital punishment for crimes that aren't murdering someone, then that thing brings in you might as well murder them, because then you've got more chance of getting away with it. So it's very delicate what you make people be killed for.
You've made an interesting and reasoned argument there, Rick. I'm looking forward to hearing the riposte.
Right. When I was younger, I used to nick Mars bars.
Okay.
Right. Now, I did that then, and I knew that even if I get caught, what's the worst that's going to happen?
Yeah.
I'm not going to go to prison over that. But it was worth nicking because a Mars bar, they were like 45 pence.
Sure.
A Mars bar was a proper treat. There's a lot going on in there. A lot of chocolate, a lot of caramel.
Yeah.
Like I say, 45 pence.
Yeah.
So, to me...
That was like an advert that went wrong just to the end. They started off good. They go, this bar's good. You go there. Mars bar, there's a lot in it. It's like, oh, good, keep going. Yeah, it's got caramel. It's like, yeah. But it's 45 pence, which is too fucking much, so fucking nick it.
But when I was younger, that was worth a risk. Because I knew that I'd be getting something worth 45 pence for free.
You weren't going to get the electric
And I
chair.
wasn't going to get done. So the stakes were high, the risk were low.
You mean the stakes were high, the risks were low?
I think he's just trying to sound cool.
The stakes weren't high. The stakes are what can happen to you, and the risk. The stakes and the risk are the same. The risk is the stake, okay? Yeah, unless you're nicking meat from a butcher's, then the stakes are high and the risk is low. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, but what you meant was the gain was high.
The game was high.
Yeah,
the game was high.
Yeah, the risk was low.
Yeah.
But no, it wasn't, was it? Because 45p isn't a lot unless you're a kid.
It is when you're a kid. Most of the time, I didn't want to say which shop it was that I nicked it from, but it's where I did my paper round. Now the thing is...
So it's nicking from your own boss?
Nah, but listen, I used to wake him up.
That
I helped him
terrible.
No, because
That is terrible.
This is awful. Go on, hang on. I want to hear him rationalise his
Because that
latest
sweet
crime.
old man who used to give...
It's not an old man. I used to go around and wake him up,
man.
right? He hated running that place.
Right.
If anything, I'd say I was his best asset.
Not really.
Yeah.
Because I don't
You
know
were
what...
nicking from him. You were thieving from him.
I don't know how
Business.
much he made on papers, but he'd probably go 45p profit. Hold on.
They got their papers really early because I got up early.
Yeah.
I used to go round to the
Well,
shop
no,
at
miles a
4:30.
day helps you work, rest, and steal.
So I used to go round there, wake him up. He'd be like, "What are you doing round here so early?"
Don't know, I'm just hungry. What? I'm just hungry for work.
No.
Oh, well, good boy, Pip. I'm just going to turn away a minute while you stand there in front of the confectionery. I'll turn away now, and I've looked back now, and here's the papers. And thanks so much, Carl, because you're a lovely
He's like
kid.
an honourable and trustworthy
Yeah, I can't
guy.
really afford to...
I've been betrayed so many times. That's why my lovely wife's no longer with me. You know, she ran off with Ken.
Yeah, I mean, at least I've got a friend.
I've got one young
You turn
friend.
up early, oh, God, it's brilliant. Oh, and Carl, keep a lookout, because...
Someone's been nicking Mars.
Yeah, I know it's not you, because I trust you implicitly. And by the way, Carl, why don't you take a Mars bar for free?
Oh, that's gonna make me play
thanks.
shit.
Well, that never happened.
All right.
So I'm getting 50 pence a day for delivering papers, but I needed the energy.
Right.
Now, if I spent my 50p on a Mars bar,
Yeah.
5p profit a day, it's not worth it.
No.
So help yourself. I knew I was doing a good job for him.
No, so help yourself. That doesn't follow. So help yourself. Get another job, leave that job, negotiate a pay rise. Not help myself. That doesn't go. That's ridiculous. Where does it stop? If you worked in a nuclear power plant, well, they're not paying me much. Have a little bit of uranium.
A lovely little bit of uranium.
Yeah. I do.
That's a strange analogy, Rick. Sort of left straight from a bloke nicking stuff from work. So he works in a power plant, he's having himself a bit of uranium. What's he doing with the uranium?
Well, you know, Mars a day and all that, and that's for energy, and so's uranium. But more energy than a Mars bar. Yeah.
No.
A lot of the laws of the land are from the Bible. I mean, that kicked it off. I mean, there was laws before, obviously, and there were different gods before this one was invented. But let's have a look at the 10 Commandments.
Oh, yeah, sure.
I'm just going to go through. Just going to go down these, see which ones I commit. Thou shalt have no other god. I don't have any god, so I haven't broken that one. 2, craven images. No, I don't have any craven. No, I don't accept there's a god. 3, thou shalt not take the name of the Lord. Again, I don't take his name in vain because I don't believe he exists, so I'm fine there. Remember the Sabbath. I always remember Sunday. I know I've got a calendar and everything, so I haven't written that one. Honour thy father. Yeah, I do that. Never commit adultery. Don't do that.
Ever killed anyone?
No, never killed anyone. Don't steal. I don't lie, and I don't covet. So I am an amazing Christian.
Pretty clear. Yeah, you're a pretty clean living guy.
Wow. There you go.
Well, whereas, I don't know, Carl, have you ever... What's your view?
I still open like post that isn't for me.
Why do you open other people's mail?
But it's just a fella called Bruce who he's the bloke who used to own the flat before me, and I don't know. I started off and I thought, oh, should I pass it on? You know, because when people move, it's a lot of messing about tracking down where they've gone. So I thought, should I just leave them for a bit? And I collected some for a bit. And then there was one that sort of said, this is important on the front of it. So I thought, how important is it? So I opened it.
What was it? Was it important?
Not really. It was from a tattooist.
What did they say?
It was just something
They
about.
said, "Oh, we used the AIDS needle on you. Can you come in for a little test?"
So I just started. I just kind of thought, oh, I'll start opening it, having a look, and it was weird because, do you know like how you get fed up of being yourself?
No, but go on.
Well, you
I'm
can have-
intrigued.
Of course.
No, you can just have days where you're like,
I
what
wish
is
I was
going
Brad
on?
Pitt, yeah.
Well, you know, and
Bruce Willis in your case,
well,
isn't it?
well, this bloke was Bruce. So I just go, oh, let's see what, you know, if I was Bruce,
Yeah.
would I be happier being him? Do you know, like how I've said to you before, you never know if you don't feel well because they can't put you in someone else's body to sort of compare. So I think, well, would I enjoy being Bruce more?
Sure.
And what have you gleaned from Bruce? He's got a tattoo. We know that.
There wasn't that much. It was mainly busy at Christmas. A lot of Christmas cards, which were good because I didn't get
Yeah.
that
Oh,
many.
yeah.
So you put up his
pop 'em
Christmas... You put up his Christmas cards.
What, you had Christmas cards hanging in your flat to have a lovely Christmas, Bruce? Auntie Jean. That's
Well, hang on a
crazy.
minute, because when you put them on your mantelpiece or your shelf or whatever, you're not looking at them every day. It's just a picture of Father Christmas. It doesn't matter who it's to or
But
from.
why have them up at
Well,
all?
why not just buy some
make it a
blank...
bit Christmassy.
You can
Yeah.
just buy some blank cards and put them up.
Use them
There's
every
no
year.
point. I have to. Bruce has got a lot of friends. It was more awkward, right? Because the bloke downstairs, because I used to always collect the stuff for Bruce. I got talking to a bloke who's in the same block, and like he used to see me picking stuff up for Bruce. He'd always say, you know, all right, Bruce.
No! You've never told him that you're not Bruce?
Well, no point.
Jesus Christ.
I have a fascinating tale to tell you, Carl. I think you'll be intrigued. When I do junkets for films in America, I was assigned a security, and I've had security before. I often have security. They just sort of get you in and out of the car, and usually just to control sort of autograph hunters and things. But this time I was given a security, and he came in a suit. He looks about 30. He looked quite unassuming. I thought he was from just a security firm. It turned out that he was actually LAPD, who was doing this for celebrities because he earned more money. And then I found out he had a gun. He said, I can't come in the airport with you, I can't take my gun. So he's armed. So I've got a security who's an LAPD who's armed, and I'm fascinated. Now I'm fascinated. This man is walking around with me with a little earpiece, talking to everyone. He seems to know everyone, and he's got a gun. Then one night he said, he dropped me off at the hotel, and he said, I've actually been called, I've got to go on a mission, they need my help. I said, really, what is it? He said, it's a hostage situation. He said, and I'm also SWAT. And I was thinking, oh God, it's just a silent hero. So next day he comes, I said, how was it? He said, I was fine. He said, I just turned up. He said, I had to do it in my suit. He said, because I'm the negotiator.
What?
So I went, oh my God. And I just asked him questions for 2 hours. What do you think of that, Carl, as a job? It's amazing, isn't it?
I did the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, once you've done one, though, it's like any job, isn't it, I suppose?
Yeah.
Once you've done one.
Yeah,
Not impressed?
Boring, yeah.
No, it's good.
Could you do it? Do you reckon you could do it? Do you reckon you could negotiate someone out of a hostage situation?
Well, I
With your
think in one of
dulcet
them
tones?
things, there's nothing you can do. It's like, it doesn't matter if it goes wrong, because
Well, it
you
does.
did your bit. No, it's like being a vet, isn't it?
Not really. Not really, because that's what
No, it is. What I mean is, you're expected to make a little kitten live.
No, there's loads of it. Because I was saying, so he says, I need a car by 5 o'clock, or I'm going to kill someone. He then makes sure that he doesn't kill anyone, but he makes sure that car doesn't come till 5:15.
But he's not bothered, is he? If
He
it's
is
15
bothered.
minutes late.
He is, because he really takes a bit. He empathises with these guys, and he says, "No, you've got to understand."
No, but the fella in the house with the gun,
Yeah.
he's not going anywhere. 15 minutes either side doesn't matter. Why is he in a rush?
I don't think Carl's getting how
Not sure he
important,
is.
how
No,
amazing
not
he
sure
is.
You said
Yeah.
they make the car 15 minutes late.
Yeah.
He's getting his car. That
Yeah,
bloke's not in a rush.
He's never going to get in the car, is he? And he has to get in their head. But to do that, he says that he has to empathise with them to a certain extent. He has to understand why they're doing it, to talk to them and go, yeah, you've had a bad day. That would send anyone. But he has to get their trust. Carl, try and talk me out. You think it's that easy? Right, I've got a hostage situation, right? They go, there's only one person we can ask for. Get me Carl Pilkington. The police know that you're their top man, and there's a guy in here, he's got a gun, he's got a hostage, okay? He's just done a crime. They don't know what to do, okay? Right. You turn up. What's your first question to them?
I'm talking to you.
Well, no, you got to assess.
Right, I'd say, right. I think there's a saying, actually. You say, where's brass? Right?
Right.
I found that out. I heard that. I overheard that.
What's that?
It was something...
You wasted time. There's that book cunt that's just turned up. I'm gonna fucking kill it.
Right, where's brass?
What does it mean?
I heard it at school when they...
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Just you.
It means, I heard someone use it on the...
Well, I don't know what the fuck it means.
It means the top person of the police who are around at the moment.
Yeah, well, in short, I'm the fucking top brass here. I've got a fucking gun against this kid's head. Who the fuck are you bald little shithead? Where's my car?
What car?
I've asked for a car. Where's my fucking car? Am I talking to you now, am I? Are you the negotiator?
Yeah.
Right. Get me a fucking car.
Where do you want to go?
I'm fucking sore from showing. Throw a phone through the window so I can talk to you over the phone.
No. All right, in a minute.
Don't ever fucking say no to me.
In a minute, I said.
Okay. Right, the clock's going. Where's this fucking
Right,
phone?
listen,
I've got a
just
sore
hang on a
throat.
minute.
Why are you putting the phone through, you dopey cunt? You want to talk to him?
Because I don't want to give you a phone straight away. You said you've got to delay him.
No, you've got to talk to them. You shouldn't even demand a phone. You should make sure you've got a phone, you dopey twat.
Give him a phone.
Right, thanks. All right, how's it going? That's better.
Right.
Right. Who are you, by the way? Who are you? Bruce.
I can't give you them details.
Well, you can, because I've got to trust you, dopey sod. Are you police, or just some fucking cunt walking by?
I'm a policeman.
Right, I don't trust policemen.
No, but I'm a bit higher than that. So listen.
Oh, don't you tell me I'm laying down the law here. I'm going to shoot someone unless I get a fast car. I've done a robbery. It's all gone wrong. You're after me now, but I want a car to the airport. I want a plane standing by.
You don't know me, but I do this a lot. Right? And I can tell you that it never works out right. Do you know anyone who's done what you're doing and is now living a happy life?
Well, I don't care. I don't care about living anyway. I don't care about living out. I don't care if this goes wrong, because I'm going to shoot the hostage.
What's your problem?
I'll just...
So you've got the wrong attitude, mate. I think you've got the wrong attitude here.
No, but this is... to be honest with you, this was my last week.
Why are you sending him that?
Because I want to bring him down to my level.
Right. What's that got to do with it?
Well, you know, I've done this job for a long time.
Right.
And sometimes I felt like you. I've
Right.
been, you know, even though I'm on this side, you know, sometimes I feel like, oh, I've had enough of this.
Right, well, I haven't enough. But I'll tell you, I don't care about living or dying here. So if I don't get a car to the airport, all bets are off. I'm killing everyone and then myself. So you'll be a big loser. Now you've got to get him to stand near a window. You've got to take him out, because I've got a gun to someone's head. You can't burst in, right? You've got what? Come on, how do you get him to stand near a window?
Oh, I bet you're hot in there.
Keep going.
I am not. Yeah, that's why I've just drawn the curtains and keep away from the window, because the sun's blazing in. It's not too bad away from the window.
It's, the sun's gone round the back now. Just come and have a look. It's a lovely, lovely evening.
Why do you want me to stand near a window?
I think just because when you see how nice an evening it is.
Worst load of dribble ever. Keep going, I'm interested. When you see
It's that thing. I've heard that if you smile, you feel better.
So have a little smile. Think of a happy moment in your life.
I'll tell you what a happy moment in my life would be. Putting a bullet through your little round head, you cunt.
Keep thinking about that image.
Right.
And you can see that round head. Just come to the window, I'll show you the round head.
that would probably work, actually.
What? No, I'm not going to come near the window. You come near the window. You come near my window. Have you come? Are you coming near the window?
No, not yet.
Where?
Delaying it again.
Right, I'm coming near the window.
Well, I'm going to shoot you if you come near the window, you dopey prat.
Well, why?
I thought we were getting somewhere here.
No, I'm going to shoot you. I've conned you. I've negotiated you to come near the window, and I'm going to shoot you in the head, you prat.
Well, I'll just leave then.
Fuck this, I'm out. Oh, God. Carl's great, and somebody summed it up perfectly before, and I'm not sure if I said this in the video before. It was a comment somebody left. Actually, two different comments. Somebody said, Carl says out loud what we only think when we're doing, like, mundane tasks, like driving and stuff like that. And somebody says, Carl says out loud our shower thoughts. Whatever you're saying, and whatever you, like, say, think to yourself in the shower, he says out loud. Which I still love because it's super refreshing. But I was thinking about this episode, all while he was all through the entire like conversation and stuff like that. That's what they were like saying. It was funny. I enjoyed it, and I think everybody, of course, Ricky said he hasn't been there when it comes to dudes still in the Mars bar. But when you're young, and you feel like especially growing up in poverty, like. And you just feel like you kind of got the short end of the stick. Same thing with me, like when you're a kid and you know people are taking advantage of you because you kind of know how much your work and stuff is worth, it really does stink. So you'll get your worth out of it, if either still in Mars bars or cutting corners on the work because you're tired of how you're being treated because you're a kid. I'm this old man who yard I used to do, like cutting the grass, raking leaves, that kind of stuff, make money, and the dude would be so nitpicky, like, dude, you're paying me $5. Like, I cut your entire lawn. Now you're telling me I need to pull the weeds. Now you're telling me I need to do all this stuff. Like, dude, it's $5. It's $5. So I remember he would tell me to do stuff, and I would like, of course, like skip corners. Like because I always knew he was gonna tack stuff on, so I just cut the grass real fast as opposed to trying to do a real clean pattern. Because you have good eyes anyway. But instead of how you go up and down and have a clean pattern, I just go the fastest route possible, snatch up whatever I think he's gonna point out and whatever I know he's gonna notice. Because whatever's an eye shot through his front door, like him looking through his front door, whatever he can see, that's what he's gonna start come outside more and start pointing out more stuff. So you just pull up any weeds and stuff that are in his eye shot and then freaking leave. It is what it is. But like that's what it makes you want to do when you work for people like that, man. Even being a kid, like I said, a lot of people take advantage of kids. So I get why he sold the Mars bar. And dude, like he said, he needed the energy and all that kind of jazz. He's not gonna the little bit of wages he gets, he's not gonna freaking waste it. Doesn't make him a freaking bad person. I think most kids kind of think they want to get their, they want to get their whatever they feel is their worth, and you don't want to spend a little bit of money you have because of course you have other reasons for it. Who wants to get up out of bed every day for, like he said, for at the end of the day only having 5 cents to spend after you bought a Mars bar? Yeah. This is good, just like all of them. This is really good. And oh yeah, I was thinking about the prison. That's what I had to scan it a little bit too, about like the death sentence. And like that's crazy. Like what Carl said makes sense. Nature did it for bees. Like if you use your stinger, it's it means like you're trying to hurt somebody or kill whatever's attacking you. But it's a death sentence for doing it. So it really kind of makes you evaluate, should I be doing this? I don't know if bees think that deep, Who I don't think they think that deep. But if we have something like that, it makes you evaluate like your actions. And it stinks because kind of like what I think kind of what Ricky was trying to say, like it becomes like a slippery slope and stuff. But it acts as a lot of laws act as a deterrent for normal, stable people. It doesn't really act as a deterrent for people who are already loons. You know what I mean? Like anybody who murders somebody probably doesn't care too much about their own life in the first place. So them getting the chair doesn't really mean anything to them. So I think it's that less satisfying if somebody murdered people you loved and then they get the chair. You feel some closure, but I can't see it being a full, like, complete closure. Because that person probably don't care. You know what I mean? They're probably ready to die once they took those actions. So it's crazy. Who has the answers? I know I don't, but I enjoy this. I enjoy this show because they as goofy as it is, they really do bring up stuff that that I think everybody deals with or thinks about in some way or another. And of course, Steve and Ricky go deeper into it, and Carl just says like, he always sums stuff down to like the basics, So that's why I enjoy this show. It's funny, and it really kind of makes you think about random stuff and how you've thought about things in one way or another. And thinking about the mail too, my mom is a mail opener. Don't matter whose name is on it. My mom will open your mail in a hot second. I'm glad I never had like a STD test or something come to the house because my mom would know before I would. She was a man. She don't care. You can say Steve, Bob, whoever it is, she's gonna open it. All right, guys. That is all for this one. Hopefully you guys are happy, safe, and healthy. And I'll see you in the next one later.